Hello, my name is Joseph Iacona, and I am a Delphi Program Coordinator at the Philadelphia Museum of Art. This is a video on my work as a visual artist and educator, and it should serve as a sample artist presentation for working with Philadelphia area high school students and teachers through the Philadelphia Museum of Art's Art Futures Residency Program. So I'm primarily a painter, and I have a strong interest in muralism, but I'm proficient in a variety of other media and have experience with participatory projects that involve interdisciplinary learning. My work as an artist manifests through the language of abstraction, but it's inspired and guided by the concepts of cause and reaction, the before and after, and a visual goal of creating connections between these 2 points. In recent years, I've been interested in how my hypothesis that I'm crafting in the studio relates to the larger natural world. And so field research has become an important component to my practice. Utilizing found photographs and scientific illustrations or data, I've been creating collages through multi-step drawing and writing process to inform my final paintings. Drawing reactively to these photographic references, with my personal experiences in mind, has given me a deeper insight into how I can express my own visual language through traditional subject matters, such as perspective and horizon that may come up within a landscape. By slowing down, repeating, and exploring my subjects through a multi-step process, I'm starting to greatly consider how the act of observation and one's perception can change over time. Still life has become an important part of this process, and an effective practice in reacting to change over time. By focusing my attention to the negative space around the subjects and objects, rather than the object itself, I've developed another set of symbolism to express cause and effect, the before and after, and the lasting impression an object can have on its surroundings. I've worked with many institutions throughout Philadelphia, most recently through programs here at the Philadelphia Museum of Art, at Mural Arts working with trauma-impacted youth in restorative justice, and environmental art programs in partnership with Philadelphia Parks and Recreation Centers, providing education on ceramics through the Claymobile program, and I'm also an active member of Art 21 Educators, an international group which focuses on bringing contemporary art education into the classroom. The first project I'd like to share is entitled Metamorphosis, and it was in collaboration with St. Hubert's Catholic School. We were focused on representing transformation, and a goal for the art teacher was to find a way to bring nature indoors. So we were inspired by many depictions of nature throughout the PMA's collection. Our residency began with some traditional still life drawings of flora and fauna. I then asked students to photograph nature within their neighborhoods of the city, and we used these photographs to craft landscape collages and wire sculptures of the subject matters. There was such a wealth of information collected, but birds and leaves were dominant. We wanted to express how everything was connected in some sort of way, so we created these block prints of one transforming into the other. Students worked collaboratively to design, paint, and print their birds on the panels for a multimedia installation which was installed in their cafeteria. The piece included ceramics, actual dried vines, as well as a soil bed with living plants. Since our work was site-specific, we created an installation of process studies for the Art Futures exhibition. I collaborated with Parkway Center City on a piece called Reflection. The school wanted to create a piece that could live across from the original architecture and stained glass window in their entryway. The school was also on an interdisciplinary science initiative, and so our classroom projects and themes focused on the intersections of artists and scientists through the act of observation. In the museum, we were inspired by artists who were interested in showing their process, as well as embracing the variable of chance. In the studio, students worked collectively to transfer their observations and notations onto Mylar, and used the woodshop to build a 10-foot-tall light box that would act as a reflection to the science and arts, and that would live in parallel to the school's foundational architecture and history. At Roman Catholic High School, our collaboration was entitled My City. Like many schools in Philadelphia, the students were all commuting to this center city location from various neighborhoods through the metro area. We wanted to show the collective perspective of the student body and visualize their connection to Roman Catholic. In the collection, 2 pieces that inspired this project were a pilgrimage map from Southeast Asian art, as well as Leger's painting, The City. Students were first asked to document their daily commutes each morning to school through photographs, notes, and drawings. We created collages under the premises of conceal and reveal, and blocked out large sections of paint, only leaving a design text window, which would provide an insightful word and view into each student's perspective of their city. Students were then asked to choose one building of significance to them, which we would create a painting from. Coming up with the theme of a large map, Students arranged a small mock-up to decide on their final design, which would include an abstraction of the subway system map. Students painted and mounted panels, as well as collaged their buildings into the landscape. Since their piece was being installed at the school, the students selected a variety of process studies leading up to their final design for the Art Futures exhibition entitled My City. The last project I wanted to share is from the middle school aged Art Partners Residency that I completed at the Harambe Institute. The school had a strong focus on African culture and utilized Adinkra symbols and the character traits they represent to support the morals and value systems within their school's community. Utilizing the Represent collection, which features artwork by African American artists within the Philadelphia Museum's holdings, we designed a project that would focus on discovering identity through symbolism, abstraction, and portraiture. Students first created silhouetted self-portraits, thinking about this idea of symbolism, and utilized the Adinkra symbols that they were familiar with, as well as created their own personal symbols that could be unique to themselves. For the culminating project, we used a blank template that over 40 students contributed their input into, and finalized a design for the mural in their gymnasium that the students mixed colors and painted each section by hand. The piece was installed by school staff and the art teacher, and the final product was a colorful image that harbored the values of the students and their school. The piece was celebrated in a festive ceremony that even caught the attention of the local press. So you can see through my approaches to teaching artistry that I'm proficient in multimedias, which we saw these listed with the exception of stop motion, as well as my strong interest in creating connections across disciplines. Lastly, I'd like to leave you with some examples of work that inspired me from the PMA collection. And the works I chose are pieces that consider their stories and subjects from multiple perspectives, and those that are not only based on patterns, but are representative of a larger concept and symbolism greater than themselves. Thank you for your time, and I hope to collaborate with you soon.